Hi guys, just had a shower, just drying my hair. I've just got the straighteners to go, and then I'm going to get dressed, go downstairs, do the washing, have some supper. I have got dressed tonight because I felt cold. Downstairs, so I thought, no, I'll put some clothes on after I've had my shower, just keep myself warm. There you go. Right, update on Sooty. Right, Sooty went to the vets today to have his ears were deep cleaned. They had to sedate him. Now Sooty will not stay still. He's a real squirmer, and it took 4 of us to hold him down the last time I was there. And the vet wanted to take a swab out of his infected ear to send off for a lab test to see what it is. And I said to her, when she said she was going to get this cotton bud and do a swab test, I said, it's not going to happen. I said, there's no way in this world that you're going to get a swab out of his ear without him kicking off. So he went in today and he was sedated, and they did a deep clean on his ears and took a sample, which has now been sent off. And I've got to wait for a week before I find out what the results are. So I've booked myself in for this time next week, so I can go and see the vet again, and we'll see where we go from here. So it's ongoing. That's all I can say. Sooty's very he's not very cuddly. He's I think he's a bit upset with me for abandoning him at the vets. So possibly tomorrow he might have forgiven me. He's not eating very well either, so he's gone to bed hungry. Oh well, he hasn't gone to bed. I think he's in the doggy day room. He won't go in the front room at all. I keep calling him in and he just won't come in. So I don't think he likes me anymore. Right, let me turn this off. There it goes. If I can get my nail on it, guys. There you go. Right, that's cooling down now. I'll just unplug it. So I had a shower and let me just unplug it. Struggling here, guys. Right, I've got it. Right, everything's unplugged. Where's my brush? So it's been a good day at work today. Very, very busy. I knew it was going to be busy. I had a big job to do today, and I knew it wasn't going to be a straightforward job. And so I've been on that most of the day, and I've still got to finish it off tomorrow. So that will keep me busy, which is good. Tomorrow's, thank God for Friday, as you all know. I haven't made my sandwiches yet, haven't done the washing up, haven't had my apple pies. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind at the moment, time-wise. Where's the watch? I'll tell you what my watch is saying. My watch is saying it's 9:30. Oh my goodness. Where's the night gone? There you go. Right. I won't put the topper on now. I'll just tie this back, guys, so that it doesn't get in the way, and that will I'll brush it out again before I go to bed. Right, where's my hairband? There it is. And that's 1, 2, 3. Last one. There you go, guys. Right, that's all done. So it's been a good day. Very grey, wasn't very sunny. The sun actually came out this evening, but it didn't come out while I was at work. So I didn't miss it because I was in the workshop all day, so I wouldn't have seen it had it come out anyway. So I didn't miss anything there, guys. Let me take my glasses off. There you go. Oh, it's better. And I put the cardigan on just to keep my arms a little bit warmer. And then we can go downstairs. I can start on that washing. That's 1. And 2. There we go. Pull the sleeves up a little bit, guys. You know I like my sleeves pulled up. I managed to cut myself at work again today. And I was working in very confined spaces today, and everything was very sharp, and I was constantly catching my arm. So I cut myself a bit today. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, that's better. I feel a lot fresher. So I washed my hair tonight. I was going to do my hair on Saturday night, but I changed my mind because I had such a mucky day today. I thought I'll just have a shower, wash my hair. I got quite mucky today. My hands were absolutely black, but my nails are still on at the moment. I don't know how. Right, let's put those there. I won't put any jewellery on tonight. It's too late now. Right, shall we go downstairs? I think so. Don't think there's anything else I need from here. Right, I've got my selfie stick. Oh, I better turn that boiler off. I can hear the boiler running as well. I turned it on because I was having my shower and I need to do the washing up. I needed some hot water for the washing up. Right, here we go, guys. Let's go downstairs. Let's do my selfie stick for you. Right, so that one off. Let's see where my boys are, shall we? Snoop's probably going to be on the sofa in the front room. Look, my poor old Snoop. Can you see him? Oh, Snoop. Oh, he's a tired dog. Oh, he's a good boy. He's been all on his own today. I did pick Sooty up on the way back from work and took Snoop with me. And yeah, they've been reunited, but Sooty's not very happy with me. He's hiding in the doggy day room. I do make a fuss of him, but he just, yeah, he's not happy with me. I think he might forgive me tomorrow, but not today. He's trying to get his own back. Right, so if I turn that one on, that one off, and there he is. There's my Soot. Hello, Soot. Hiya. Oh, fella. Are you going to forgive me? Are you going to forgive me? We'll have to see if he eats a little bit of apple pie crust. That will probably swing it. Snoop's come to see what I'm doing. He doesn't like it when I make a fuss of Sooty. He gets jealous. Right, let me turn that radio off, guys, because otherwise this will get copyrighted. Mind yourself, please, guys. If I talk over it, maybe it will be better. There you go. Oh, that's better. What a noise. What a row, guys. Right, are you going to go up the garden for me, Snoop? Hang on then. Let me just put my selfie stick up. I'll just extend it a little bit, guys. Put my peg on so it doesn't go down. There you go. There, that's better. Right, Snoopers, you going to go? Go on then, off you go. Good boy, off you go. You going up the garden, Sooty? You don't have to if you don't want to. He probably won't go, he's sulking. Right, shall I get this washing done? Oh. So, it started off a fairly normal day. Sooty had to be at the vet's this morning, so dropped him off this morning. Picked him up on the way home from work, so he's been there all day. I kept getting updates from the vet saying that he'd had his, they called a procedure. It wasn't an operation, they just they cleaned his ears and took a sample of the wax that was in his ears. So it wasn't actually surgery, but they had to sedate him to do it because he just wouldn't keep still. So they messaged me to say he was all done, and he was, they said he'd had something to eat and they'd taken him out for a walk. And, well, he hasn't eaten anything since he's been home. But I think he's a little bit upset with me for abandoning him today. But he might forgive me tomorrow. But I don't think he's going to forgive me today. Oops. So work was okay. It was very busy. Obviously it was Friday Eve today. So last day of the week is tomorrow, guys. So it's thank God for Friday. And we've got a long weekend to look forward to. So I am looking forward to that. My eldest sister messaged me tonight just to see how I'm getting on. I hadn't seen her for a while, although she did message me the other day because she was actually visiting a clinic, an eye clinic next door to where I work. And so she messaged me to tell me that she was next door. Right, I'll shut that back door. Good boy, Snoop. Right, Snoopy's back in, Sooty is still in the doggy day room. So I spoke to her this evening. She sent me a message just to see how I'm getting on. And I asked how her partner got on. at the eye clinic, so we exchanged information there. So I haven't seen anybody else today other than the vets. Oops. I think that, well, I don't think, I know the TT starts next week, so I don't know if any of you guys go for the TT. There's somebody I work with goes every year religiously, so they're going to be going this weekend, going to the Isle of Man. There you go, that's better. And the rest of us get a nice long weekend, so that'd be nice. Looking forward to a long weekend, guys. What else can I tell you? Trying to think of something exciting. I can't think of anything exciting at this moment in time. Oh yes, I've got some rice. I had fish and rice tonight, and I've got some left, so that will be my meal for tomorrow. I won't make any sandwiches tonight, so I'll have that fish and rice tomorrow to make a change. That's nice. I can heat it up in the microwave at work and have a hot meal. I had to go and get some tools from my my workshop, my own workshop, the other day to take to work today, because I'm doing a specific job at work, and the company has got the tools that I've got, but mine are in better condition, let's say. They're not as heavily used as the ones at work, and I prefer to use my own tools when it comes to certain things, and this is one of them. So I had to go to my workshop yesterday. On the way back from work, I went and picked those up, took them to work today, so that's good. So I've started using them today. I've got to finish off tomorrow. I haven't looked at the weather for the weekend. I ought to, but I just haven't had chance. I've been just too busy doing other things. So that is something I need to look into. It'd be nice if we do get some nice weather. The fellow I was speaking to who goes to the TT every year, he said to me that the forecast for the TT next week is not good. So if that's a sign of things to come heading our way, I don't know, but he said it doesn't forecast very good over there. So I hope he's wrong. I hope he does have good weather. There's nothing worse than going to a motorcycle meet like that, and you've got your motorbike and you get wet, and you're just wet all day. I've done it. I've been there years ago. I used to do that. Follow race meetings around the country, and used to go to each race circuit. And if it was a wet weekend, you used to turn up soaking wet. You'd be wet all day, and then you'd get on your bike to ride home in the wet again. Not very nice. Definitely took the edge off the day. So I do hope the Isle of Man does get some dry races. Right. Right, that's nearly all my cutlery done. I've got plates, cups, doggy dishes, and the saucepan that's still got my rice in. I'll have to clean that out, but I'll have to do that later, because I'll probably soak that, but I need to empty the contents into a Tupperware container so I can take it to work tomorrow. So I'll do the cups next, as they're right beside me. I nipped over to Aldi on the way home. Once I'd got Sooty, I went and picked up some milk, because I was running out of milk. For some reason, I got through a lot of milk, so I nipped over to Aldi just for an emergency supply of milk. Tomorrow's my shopping night anyway, so it's only one day early, so I nearly made it. Too many milky coffees, I think. I think I've got through all my strawberry cornettos now. I had the last one this evening, and I do like my strawberry cornettos. I've got some magnums in there as well, in the bottom of my freezer, so I'll probably have one of those tomorrow for a change. I don't know what I'll be eating, whether I'm going to do a fish and chip night or what I'm going to do at the moment. I haven't decided. I'll decide on the day or on the night, because I'm having a cooked meal at dinner time, if you like, those leftovers, so I might not want a particularly big meal. I'm not sure yet. But whatever I have, Snoop will help. He's very good at helping me eat my dinner. He does hover, a bit like a vulture. And that one. There we go. Right, so it's going to be the plates after this. Then I can do my apple pies, guys. Time now is 20 to 9. Sorry, 20 to 10. Yeah, 20 to 10. 21:40 hours. Oh my goodness. There we go. It stays there. Right, plates. Oh, there we go. Ah. I always find this really relaxing when I do the washing. I think it's because it's that time in the evening. I know everything's done and it's just the sort of winding down stage. So go and sit down and have my apple pies and relax until I put the boys to bed. And I do enjoy this time in the evening. I usually lay out on the sofa, put the duvet over my legs, and then Snoop will jump up on the duvet as well. Sometimes Sooty will, but Sooty gets hot. Sooty's always a hot dog. And he'll jump on the sofa to start with to have a cuddle, but once he gets too hot, he gets off and lays on the floor, because I've got like a lino floor and it's cooler, so he'll go and sit on there just to cool down. But that's when I tend to fall asleep, especially if I had a really busy day. And I've had a really busy day today, guys. I just thought I'd get that in quick before I fall asleep. So. But no, I want to have my apple pies first. Somebody said to me, have you always eaten apple pies? Well, yeah, I've eaten apple pies for a long time, but it's not something I've done forever. I love apple pies, I love apple crumble. They're my favourite. But then I have things like ice cream, strawberries and ice cream. So yeah, I do vary it, but my mainstay at the moment is apple pies. And I do like my apple pies, and the dogs like helping me out as well. The dogs would miss it if I stopped having my apple pies. They also like apple crumble. I haven't tried them on strawberries, but my Beagle and my Scotty love cucumber, and they like tomatoes. They're not so keen on lettuce, neither of them. If I drop a bit of lettuce on the floor, they'll pick it up and then drop it again. They don't like it at all, and I can't say I blame them. It's not particularly a tasty morsel. Tomatoes they love because they kind of explode in their mouths, and the cucumbers are very mouth-watering, I suppose. Lots of juice in them, more water than anything else. But they do like cucumber, and they love tomatoes. I tend to get those little cherry tomatoes. I like those because you can chop them in half and just pop them straight in. You haven't got to muck about chopping them up. And I do like the little cherry ones. I never used to like salads when I was a young child. I remember my mum preparing salads. I didn't like anything hot. So if she put anything hot in there, like radishes or stuff like that, I didn't like that. I'd pick them out. But I never really gelled with salads at the time. But as I got older, I became more and more appreciative of them, possibly is the word, I don't know. But I do like a salad. And the first really filling salad I was in Switzerland. And I'd gone down to Lake Lucerne, been there for most of the day, and then during the evening got back in my car and started to drive looking for accommodation for the night, heading down towards from Switzerland down to northern Italy. And I found it was really dark. This was myself and my younger sister. This is back in the 80s. I was in a Mark I Cavalier, 1600 in white, 4-door. And it was getting dark, getting dusk. We were driving round this road that followed around the side of this huge lake. And we went for a swarm of moths. It looked like the road was hazy ahead of us. You could see it in the headlights. It looked kind of hazy, almost like smoke. But when we got up to it, it wasn't smoke, it was moths. It was like a swarm of moths had flown across the road. And I drove through these, and you can imagine what the windscreen looked like by the time I came out the other side. And shortly after that, we found a little town on the edge of this this lake, and there was a pub there, or like a hotel pub. So stopped there, went in and asked if they had a bed. We wanted bed and breakfast. Asked if they did bed and breakfast. They said yes. So we booked a room there and then, and asked if they would do us an evening meal. And they said, well, we're not cooking at the moment. They said, we've finished cooking, but we could do you a salad if you like. And so myself and my younger sister both said, oh yes please. And they brought out this salad. Wow, it's the most filling salad I've ever had in my life. It was gorgeous. I couldn't eat it all, honestly. It was so much on this plate. It was heaped, but it was absolutely gorgeous. So it was dark when we arrived at this hotel, so you couldn't really see a lot. You could see the lake, but you couldn't see inland from the lake. Couldn't see what was behind the hotel. So myself and my sister went up to our bed and slept. I woke up during the night because I could hear running water. And there was a fountain outside the window. It was so hot the windows were open, and I left them open because it was just so hot. But I had to go to the little room because there's running water all the time. So eventually got back to sleep again. And the morning arrived. I was the first one up because I just couldn't really sleep. And I went to the window and I pulled the curtains open, and there was a water feature directly below me in like a cobbled courtyard. And then I looked straight across from the fountain, and there was this mountain, and it was one of those where you stood there and you looked up and up and up and up, and there was this enormous mountain just behind the hotel, and the fountain was in the yard at the back of the hotel. It was absolutely unbelievable, this huge mountain. And I hadn't spotted it when we pulled up. It was just so dark you couldn't see a thing. But there's this enormous mountain. And across the road in front of the hotel was a train station. Now I did hear some squealing brakes during the night, but that didn't keep me awake. It was the fountain that kept me awake. But there was a train station directly opposite the hotel. But it was a fabulous location. It was really good, but I don't know what the name of the place was. I haven't got a clue. It was just a bed for the night. Right, how are we doing? I've got the dog's dishes after these two items, and then I can do my apple pies. This is when Snoop will come rushing back through the doorway. I did put some gravy in the dog biscuits tonight. I had sausages for the boys tonight, and I put some gravy with it as well, trying to encourage Sooty to eat his, but Sooty still didn't want to eat his, and I'm pretty sure that Snoop ate a lot. I did leave. Snoop goes into the dog's wet room to have his dinner, and I shut the door, and Sooty has his dinner in the kitchen here beside me. But because Sooty wasn't really bothered about his food, he sat beside the dish, protecting the dish to keep Snoop away, but Snoop was in the other room at the time and he wouldn't touch it. So I thought, well, I'll leave the door ajar so Snoop can get out, so that when Snoop's finished, that'll encourage Sooty to either eat his dinner or back off. And I think Sooty backed off, and I'm pretty sure that Snoop ate a lot. Right, doggy dishes, guys, and then I can do my apple pies. That was something else when I went on that holiday with my younger sister into Europe and Switzerland and northern Italy. We went to Venice, Florence and Pisa, and then we ended up on the west coast of Italy at a place called Pizza Marina. And I think it was out of season because the hotel was extremely empty. We got a room, bed and breakfast, right on the seashore, fabulous views. And we hadn't had a lazy day because we'd been on the go all the time. From the time we got off the ferry, driving around all these places and visiting them, to this particular day, we hadn't actually stopped. So we decided that when we got to Pizza Marina, we'd actually stop and have a day. So we had a day on the beach. And the Mediterranean, right outside our window, it was very, very calm that day. It was a really hot day. The sand was so hot on the beach that you had to run to the seashore so you didn't burn your feet and paddle in the water. And then you had to run back to your tower and stand on your tower because the sand was that hot. And I can remember that the sea was full of, I think it was seaweed, but it was like almost like cut grass. And it was just where the sea was breaking onto the beach. And it's like almost like hair, and you had to get through this to get into the sea, and that was fine. Once you got into the sea, you could have a swim and you enjoyed yourself. But when you wanted to come out, you had to wade through all this seaweed again to get onto the beach, and you ended up covered in this stuff. I always remember that. But we spent a whole day on the beach, and this is back in the 80s. And myself and my sister put our towels on the beach, and we were turning ourselves over at regular intervals, making sure we got all over 10. Unfortunately, didn't really work out that way because we both burnt, extremely sore the next day. Didn't feel like we caught the sun that day, but it wasn't until you got in your hotel room and you took your swimming trunks off and you saw the difference. You went, oh my goodness, I was bright red. Yeah, I've never done that again. I was sore. I blistered, and so did my sister. We both blistered. Yeah, that was one of those oops moments. All right, here we go. Okay, right. I think it's apple pie time. Now this is where Snoop will come running in. So keep your eyes on it. That doorway behind me, and you should see my Snoopy come through any minute now. I'll take the camera over there with me so you get a better view of the door. I think Snoop's on the sofa, I think. Can't see him at the moment, but you wait. As soon as I get that dish out, I think he's going to come running. Let's have a look, see what happens. Here we go. No, nothing at the moment. Let's go for the apple pies. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. He was on the sofa. I just saw his head lift up. Hello. Now, let's see if Sooty comes, because like I said, Sooty's not eating. So let's see if he comes for his apple pies. Can't see him at the moment, so it looks like Snoop might get all of it tonight. Right, there's one. Still no Soot. I don't think Soot's interested at all today. I think he's had a bit of a rough day today. Let's have a look. No. Right, Snoop, you get all of this tonight. So Snoop gets a double amount tonight. Right, sit down then. Good boy, stay. Yes, good boy. Right, Snoop's got the lot. Oh, there's a little bit more in here, Snoop, as well. There's some in the box. Let me tip that out for him as well. Here you go, Snoop. Right, that's it. I've got 2 apple pies left, which is perfect. And I've got a shopping night tomorrow because tomorrow's, thank God for Friday. So I will restock, guys. Right. probably finish this custard tonight as well. There's not a lot left in here. I've been good on the cough side today. I haven't been coughing too much. Having said that, I'll probably start, but I have been good today. I think I've just been too busy to think about it today. I hurt my wrist the other day, and it was really achy. Still is, but again, I've been so busy today trying to get these jobs done that I forgot all about it. It's only now I'm thinking about it, thinking, oh yeah, it still aches, but it's not as bad as it was the other day. Right, let's get this snooped. Okay, it's just about 10 o'clock, I think. Put these away. There. Right. Oh. Hair's nice and dry now. Doesn't take too long to dry. I did use the hairdryer and I did use the straighteners just to finish it off. It's tangle free, but I will brush it again before I go to bed tonight. I didn't put a topper on. There was no point putting a topper on, and I want to wash both my toppers again this weekend. You see, I've got that little t-shirt on tonight, and cardi, and my jeans. That's all I've got. You can't see my toenails, but my toenails match my fingernails. Nearly there. 15 seconds, guys. Good boys. Ooh. Right, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right. Right, apple pies are done. I'm going to go and sit in the front room, guys. I'm going to put this video on for you, and I shall speak to you guys when I put the boys to bed. Okay, bye.